Hashtag tri-tip goodness. All right, guys, what's going on? Welcome back. This week we've got a tri-tip collaboration going on. Alton from the Dogfathers Barbecue channel put it on his Instagram a few weeks back about doing another collaboration. So we got tri-tip right here. Certain parts of the country it's hard to find this, but over on the West Coast it's like growing on trees out here. So I got a tri-tip. It's 2¼ pounds. I'm just gonna reverse sear this on the Weber kettle. We're gonna do a sandwich. We're gonna put some sauteed spinach on there, some onions, some mushrooms. I got a horseradish sauce I'm gonna put on as well. Hopefully it comes out all right. I'm pretty sure most of the people are gonna be doing reverse sears on this because that's pretty much the best way to do it. I'm just gonna get some smoke on it and then get some high heat and just sear it until it gets around 125, 130. So stick around and check this out if you wanna see tri-tip sandwich. All right, so we're gonna trim up this tri-tip right here. You can see there's some fat on there. And then just be mindful of the muscle fibers, how they run lengthwise like that. They kind of fan out when they go down. So when you're slicing it, just kind of watch out so you don't go with the grain. You want to always go against the grain. So you shorten the muscle fibers and you make it less chewy, basically is all it is. And then when you trim it, just trim it how you would anything else that you're gonna barbecue or grill. You wanna take all the silver skin off, any grizzle. Rule of thumb is anything you wouldn't eat, just don't leave it on there. And then when we season it, using some kosher salt and then a homemade rub, I got cumin, garlic powder, onion powder, a little bit of chili powder, and salt and pepper in there. Basically just use whatever you like. I don't like anything too sweet in there, but you know, it's up to you. All right, so the grill's up to temperature. It's about 250 degrees right now. So I'm gonna throw this on. We're gonna let it smoke for about an hour, maybe a little bit longer, till the internal temperature is about 115. Then we're gonna sear it off and make the rest of that sandwich. It's getting dark, so I gotta kind of hurry up. All right, so that was pretty much all the prep we had to do. The meat's been on the grill for about 45 minutes, 275 degrees. The meat cooked a little more than I wanted. I wanted to pull off at 115, but it's around 125. We're gonna heat the grill up hotter and just make the sandwich and put it all together. All right, so we got a hot cast iron right here. I probably should have added some oil to this, but I forgot. It was still all right. But we're gonna sear it for about 4 minutes aside, just to get a good sear on it and get some color. And then we're gonna make a red wine pan sauce. And we're gonna use the fond, all that crust on the bottom of the pan, to add flavor to the sauce. And I just kept this sauce super basic. You can add all kinds of different stuff to this if you want. You can add garlic, all kinds of different herbs. You can add shallots to it. But I just kept it super simple. Did the rosemary and butter and the red wine and beef broth, and that was pretty much it. But when you add the red wine in there, just use whatever kind of red wine you want. Like a Cabernet, I'm doing about a cup and a half. We're gonna reduce it by half. Let it sit there on a high heat. And then we're gonna throw in some beef broth and let that reduce down again. And make sure you scrape the bottom of the pan and get all that flavor up. And then when you add butter in here, make sure it's cold butter because you don't want the sauce to break on you. It emulsifies better with cold butter. Then we got the pepper and the rosemary. I used about 2 teaspoons of the rosemary in there. All this is pretty much to taste, so do it how you like. All right, guys, there it is. There's your tri-tip goodness. The only thing that sucks about doing videos is you don't get to enjoy the food as soon as it's done because you're kind of messing around with the cameras and stuff like that. So it's been sitting for a little bit. And if you could see, when I made that sauce, that's all the wine I used right there. All right, so just to recap, we got the tri-tip, the smoky tri-tip, which is the star of the show. We reverse seared it, did it at about 250 to 275 for about 45 minutes. Then we seared it. Did that pan sauce, which was red wine and beef stock and a little bit of rosemary and some butter, which is basically, that was it. I didn't add any salt because I didn't want it to be too salty, and it came out just right. And then we got the horseradish mayo, the onions and mushrooms, a little bit of provolone cheese and the spinach, and just layered it all up. Came out great. Go ahead and try this. Tell me what you would do different. Tell me what you liked, what you didn't like. Leave it in the comments. Go ahead and check all the other creators out doing the hashtag tri-tip goodness. Thanks to Alton and the Dogfathers Barbecue channel and everyone else doing this collaboration. Pour yourself a beverage, have a good night. Peace out, guys.